Hi friends, welcome to AhiluArts channel. In this video, we are going to see how to crochet this marshmallow stitch. Okay, this is exactly like crocodile stitch, but inverted crocodile stitch. Okay, if you see, we have the tutorial for a crocodile stitch. Many of you might be aware of how we do it. In crocodile stitch, we do the shell on the V stitch, but here we are doing the shell on the top of the V stitch. Okay, in crocodile stitch it may not be visible, the V stitch may not be visible, only the shell stitch is visible. Here both the V stitch is visible as well as the shell is visible. Okay, this is named as marshmallow stitch. You can call it by any name. So let us start doing how to do this. Okay, first, the total multiples of this stitch should be 4 plus 1. Okay, you can see here I have the foundation chain of 4 plus 1 stitch, but if you want to, you cannot start this with the you cannot start anything with the chain itself, right? If you want to do a blanket or any other thing, I personally prefer to do a single crochet row first and then start with the stitch whatever pattern I am following. Okay, so this stitch requires 4 plus 1 multiples. So if I want to do a single crochet row, then I have to have a chain of 4 plus multiples of 4 plus 2. You understand what I'm saying, right? The number of stitches should be multiples of 4 plus 1. So in order to have the stitches correctly, my foundation chain should be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20, which is a multiple of 4, and 21, which needs to be with the number of chains for the stitch. But since I am going to do a single crochet row, we will always chain one extra, right? So I am crocheting 22 chains. It's not a concrete count. You need to remember that if you are crocheting marshmallow stitch, you have to have multiples of 4 plus 1 stitches. Okay, may it be a blanket or a purse or any other thing for that matter, you have to have multiples of 4 plus 1. If you want to start with a single crochet row as I am doing, then you have to have one more chain extra, as we always have one chain extra for the total number of stitch we need when we do single crochet. Okay, so by the end of this row, I will be having 21 stitches, which will be multiples of 4 plus 1. Okay, so you usually know that in all our tutorials we'll be working on the back hump only, so that we'll have the perfect finishing on this side also. Okay, this is way good when you do a border for whatever project you are doing, or even though if you are not doing a border, this will be a perfect finishing. Okay, so always work on your back hump or back spine of your chain instead of working on front loop or back loop here. Okay, so we have reached the end of the chain where I should be having multiples of 4 plus 1. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to do the V stitch round. Okay, so in order to do the V stitch, 1 2 3, that will be our first double crochet, then skip 3 stitches. This chain 3 will be for the first stitch, so you have to skip second, third and fourth stitch, and in the fifth stitch you will be doing a V stitch with chain 2, because we have to do the shell, right? Shell is having minimum of 6 double crochets, right? So in order to have space for all the 6 double crochet, we are chaining 2 and then complete the V stitch. Okay, again skip 1 2 3, do a V stitch. That is why we are having multiples of 4, and in order to have the end stitch, end double crochet, we have to have one more stitch. Okay, so 1 2 3, do a V stitch. Again skip 1 2 3, have a V stitch, and finally you will have 4 stitches. 1 2 3, you will skip 3 stitches and do a double crochet in the last stitch, right? If you see, for each V stitches we are using 4 stitches, right? And in order to have the starting and ending double crochet, we'll be having multiples of 4 plus 1. Sorry, I have splitted the yarn, that's why I'm redoing it. Okay, so now if you know crocodile stitch, we'll be front post doing the front post double crochet in both the V stitches here. But now in marshmallow stitch, we will be doing the shell on the top of the V stitch, which is on the chain 2. Okay, so start with the chain 3, which will be our first double crochet. Then the first stitch alone, do a front post double crochet in the V stitch. See here, the stitch is in front of my hook, which is called a front post double crochet. We have a different separate tutorial for that also. So I have done a front post double crochet. Then to do a shell, what I'll do 3 double crochet in the chain 2, then chain 1, then do 3 double crochet in the same space. Okay, now we have to complete this shell, right? We have a front post double crochet here, so we have to have a front post double crochet here also, but we have to start this also with the front post double crochet. So there will be too much crowded front post double crochet in both these 2 stitches. That is the second second double crochet of the first V stitch and the first double crochet of the second V stitch. Okay, so in order to have that rectified, we will be having a front post decrease with these 2 double crochets. No need to panic. What I am going to do is, I will start doing a front post double crochet in the first V stitch, but before completing it, I will use this stitch also and complete both the front post double crochet with a single stitch. It's just like double crochet 2 together, but we are doing in a front post. That's it. Okay, I am doing it one more time. I'll start a front post double crochet with the first V stitch. I will not complete with 2 loops in my hook. I will do again a front post double crochet with the next V stitch, and then with 3 loops in my hook I will complete the front post double crochet. Now we have reached the next V stitch, right? So it's time for us to do the next shell, which is 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Again we have to do the decrease, that is double crochet 2 together but in the front post. So make have your double crochet half completed, then do the same in the next stitch, then complete your double crochet. Okay, so this is how we will be continuing this round. So every chain 2 space we will have 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet. Why we are chaining 1? Because that is the space where we will be having the next V stitch round or a next V stitch row. Okay, so that is why we are having a chain 1 space. So from the next 2 V stitch we will do a decrease and then do the shell in the last V-stitch. No matter whatever you are working, you will be continuing the same pattern for how many V-stitches you have. But finally when you reach the last V-stitch, you have to do what we have done in the beginning. See here, in the beginning we have a separate double crochet and separate front post double crochet, right? So like the same way in the end also we have to do a separate front post double crochet, and finally in the top chain of chain 3 we will do a double crochet. Okay, see, this is how our marshmallow stitch will look. See, we started our row with the double crochet and end our row with the double crochet. Now we have to continue our V-stitch row, right? So chain 3, which will be our first double crochet, leave all the 3 double crochets and do a V-stitch in the chain 1 space. Okay, as I already told, we will be using only the chain 1 spaces for the V-stitch round. Okay, don't forget to make the V-stitch with chain 2 to accommodate all the 6 double crochets in the shell. Okay, chain 2, and finally when we reach the last chain 3 we will do a double crochet in the top chain, right? We'll have same number of V stitches and same number of double crochets in the V stitch, so that we'll end up having same number of shells in the shell row. Okay, as you might understand the pattern now, chain 3, which will be our first double crochet, start with the front post double crochet, then again do the shell of 3 double crochets and chain 1, 3 double crochets. In order to make sure you understand the decrease, I am doing this round also. So do a front post, make it stop it in the halfway, and then do the same in the next stitch also. Then when you have 3 loops in the hook, now complete the double crochet. Okay, so this is how we'll continue again and again. We'll do the V-stitch round and the shell round, how many rows you want, I mean according to the project what you are doing. So this will be very good pattern for pillow covers, purses, mobile pouches, and blanket also you can have, but I suggest not to do baby blankets for this with this pattern, because there will be too much gap and baby's toe will stuck in any of the gaps. So you can have toddler blanket or adult afghan or throw for this, that will be good. I personally feel like baby blanket should be with the closed stitch. Okay, so try this pattern. You can have a scarf also if you like this pattern to wear on your as a clothing. You can have scarves as well as cowls, anything you can use with this pattern. So I finally reached the last V-stitch, chain 1, final 3 double crochets, and I have to do, never forget to do a front post double crochet in the V-stitch like in the beginning. Okay, then do a end double crochet in the top chain of chain 3. Okay, see how cute and wonderful this pattern holds up, right? So if you like this pattern, please share it with your friends, suggest your comments in the comment section, like our Facebook page, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any video. If you want to do anything else, message me in Facebook or in comment it here. We'll do it together. Happy crocheting. Bye bye.